there still seems to be some unresolved hurt and anger between Greg and Quad, whatever that is. I don't know what needs to happen. I don't know how that needs to be resolved. I don't know if there's ever been a lot of apologies or accountability, but maybe that's what's missing.
Virtual reality.
Dr. Contessa, I am so excited, A, to be seeing you back on Married to Medicine and to be talking to you right now because I'm obsessed with you. Who is it?
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm just a nerd. Thank you so much. You're making me feel so good.
How does it feel getting back in the mix of everything and watching this season kind of unfold? Because it is a doozy of a season.
Oh, I'm glad you think so. Yeah. So it feels like so organic.
Yeah.
I mean, these are my friends. Like, it's just, I almost feel like I never left. Right. And I always say Phaedra lives like a stone's throw away from me, like right down the street, literally like a couple of houses away. So I already knew Phaedra before we came on the show. So I was so happy to see that she joined. And of course, I already knew T. I went to the wedding and kind of Scott and Greg have been hanging out. So it was just seeing everybody together. Like, I was just curious how that was going to work out. But when I did, it was like, oh, okay, this makes sense. A little bit.
But, it's just moments.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
And also, I'm glad I feel you're one of the few Married to Medicine ladies who says Phaedra's name in an excited way, which makes me happy because whenever I interact with Phaedra, like, she's so fun.
She's so fun.
She just makes me laugh out loud. I know some of your castmates kind of feel she could be doing a little bit more of opening up or getting more in the group, but do you kind of feel she helped you in this phase of your life with the ladies, kind of like usher back, like she was fun to have in the mix?
Oh, so the thing is, I can't say that. I feel like if anything, I may be helped because, again, I knew Phaedra already.
Yeah.
And so just seeing everybody together, I feel like I'm kind of like a bring people together kind of person, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what I was hoping to be, like the fun time girl, like the lightness, and make everybody like not be so serious and so competitive. Because I feel like sometimes what you said is just the case, but it feels so middle school sometimes to be like, we don't like, so like, it's enough shine for everybody. Like, give everybody their flowers. Like, I think one thing that is just a fact that Phaedra is Phaedra, right? And I feel, but I think Heavenly is Heavenly. And I think Jackie is Jackie and Toya and Simone is Simone and Quad is Quad. So I don't think it's taking anything away from anything. And, T is T. I don't feel like saying that and saying everybody has their fans and people who love them or their stans. Mm-hmm. It's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's enough, right? And there's going to be some stands for Contessa too. Right?
Yes, there are. And I feel some of the Contessa stands right now, hearing you say Heavenly is Heavenly.
Yeah.
How, because of course
I'm not a hater. Anybody who knows me they know I'm definitely not a hater, right?
Yes.
I mean, at all. And even like, to me, the conflict, if you watch it, like people are like, oh, I'm so, Contessa's so hung up on, you've not heard me say one thing about even my husband. Like, the only comments about my husband has been made by her. Like, it's like, you talk about me more than I talk about me, So I think, honestly, once it kind of, we get out of our own way, we can move forward, right? Just whatever is happening, stop. You don't hear me on Twitter, on social media, like dogging nobody out. I don't do that. And I think, honestly, what sometimes happens in this group is that competitive nature and everybody trying to get their story out or the way that they want to be perceived, as opposed to just letting people have their opinion, right? Don't try to like stir it by giving them those, Phaedra thinks she's this or whatever. We are all amazing. We are all fabulous friends and fabulous girls. Mm. And I think it's enough for everybody.
I love that. And so do you kind of feel like, because of course, and I feel both you and Heavenly know that you guys getting back to, not fully back to where you were, but to a better place has to happen without like a group around you. Are fans going to be able to see something like that happen? Is that something you're saving for the reunion? Like,
you gotta keep watching. You gotta keep watching. And I think I've tried to keep it like light and airy, and I'm just like, what's going on here? Like, what is this? What you mad at me because I had a rough patch with my husband? Like, make it make sense.
I know.
What are you mad at me for? So I don't really get like what she's upset about. But I think really what she's upset about is the fact that she just misses me and she loves me. And I wish she would just like write me a love letter. It's almost Valentine's Day. Girl, send me some flowers and just tell me you love me and let's just move forward.
What would be the dream Valentine's Day gift from Dr. Heavenly?
Oh my God, I'm telling you, girl, just send me something, okay? Just send me some candy and some flowers. Just don't send me no panties and a bra. I mean, that's too far. But other than that, just send me something.
Maybe a Birkin for the baby shower.
I mean, I already got one, so I think my Birkins, I don't even respect it the way I really should. It's just on the shelf somewhere.
That's what they say you're supposed to do with it. You're just like, it's the best. Yeah.
I just carry it. Yeah. And I put all kinds of stuff in it. I like my Birkin's kind of big. So I can actually sometimes will put, when I don't feel like, you know how you have a purse that is matching one outfit, but it doesn't match the other one. Mm-hmm. So instead of like passing the purse around or like, switching it out, I'll just put it inside the Birkin because the Birkin's so big. So I have a purse inside of a purse. So
I love that the Birkin is your bag to carry bags. That is such a flex and you deserve it.
Thank you. Yeah. I didn't even know it was a big deal. I mean, I did, but it was like when you buy, like I had a little list, like you want to buy a Rolex, bought one. Okay, then boom, kept it. But it's more about, but again, to me, it's about going back to even Toya's party. And I'm not making excuses for my girl because I love her. But I do love her. But the thing is, in life, if you think about where we came from in our childhood, right? Again, like we didn't have a lot growing up. Yeah. And so some of these accomplishments, some of these like little kind of cherries and, check marks are things that are on our like bucket list to say, Mama, I made it. Right. Yeah. And so it was more, I think for her, it was like, this is something that I'm just proud to be able to say I can do this.
Oh, it was very relatable because if I ever can buy a Birkin one day, I best believe I'm sending an invite to you. I'm sending an invite to everybody.
You can, baby. Did you know Walmart sells resale Birkins?
When I saw that, I was like, it's going to happen. I need the Birkin. The Walmart Birkin. We got to talk about last week's episode.
Yeah, that was a lot.
It was. Did you expect the game to go that south?
When I came in my bikini to
you
the
look
pool
so
party,
good.
And there was no pool. Like it was a pool that was just there for shows, like background noise. I was like, what in the hell? Like, here we go again, set up. But I didn't expect it to go that far, but I felt like it was kind of a perch that was waiting already. Like it had just been already. Like it was just a matter of time. I'm surprised it didn't happen last year, just to be honest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think what happened was, I think maybe Quad was a little bit emboldened because she had her back up there to say some of the things that she's been wanting, like had perched and ready to say that she didn't get a chance to say because she didn't have her support system there, so to speak. Yeah. Like that's what she calls King, her support system. So that's what I think it was just waiting. It was kind of like the Hulk. It was right below the surface, right? It was waiting to happen.
And it's one of those things where I feel like all of you ladies are kind of saying this too. It's a very hard situation for them to be in. And no one could, it's very hard for it not to go that way. You know what I mean? At least the first Band-Aid of it.
I could not do it. It would be tough.
Yeah.
It would be tough. It would be tough to be around any ex, period. Like, and even if we were completely over each other, I still don't want to do it. It would be too challenging for me. And I would be like, don't talk to me. Like, I don't need you to say anything. I don't need you to comment on anything. Like, you don't get to do that anymore. And so trying to navigate those waters is a challenge. And I can understand why it was going to happen. And that's the point. I don't think when people blow up and they lose their temper, I don't feel like there are rules. I think that's the point. That's what anger is, right? When you're angry, you say things that you regret, but then you move forward. You say, either I'm sorry or you kind of let it go and you let it act like it didn't happen, but you just move forward. But you just sometimes know you got to get that crap out of you, right? It's just, it's like we got to get a big, you got to get that crap out of you. And that's what was happening. It was waiting to happen. It was a constipated, last year was a constipated year.
And now we're releasing.
It was just a big release. It was a big dump.
But I love that you were able to really
call the episode the big dump.
Well, it seems that it's still going to be dumping from the previews.
Yeah.
Because it seems that was just part one.
That was a precursor. That was a preamble.
Yeah, and now it seems what we're able to deduce from the midseason trail and everything that the men get a little involved, and I
think Greg is going to get his dump. So she got hers, and now he's going to get his. And that's the part. Like, it's everybody fair. Look, turnabout is fair game, right? Mm-hmm. So.
And it seems like then after Greg gets his dump, he gets a potential restraining order?
I can't tell you. You got to watch the show. You got to watch the show. Because that's really, the question becomes, if you are in a situation that is volatile, then what is the right thing to do?
Are you able to, without giving anything away, are you leaning towards ones? I know Sweet Tea is your girl, But everyone, are you
Who is
leaning?
Quad? Quad is
Yeah.
my sorority sister.
So,
I think it's just a tough situation to be in. I think to be in a space with any ex and you're expected to like be on your best behavior at all times.
yeah.
That is a really tough pill to swallow. Like, that's hard. I don't know how people do it. I would sometimes pop off. I'm just telling you. Like, I don't even know what triggered me. Like the way you ate. I remember that one time we was at dinner and you did this to me, and it's like, what are you talking about? You remember 1998? You remember like that? That would be it'll come out of no. You don't know what a trigger is.
Yeah.
So I just think you got to watch it. And I think when it comes to reality television in general, the good thing about reality television is that it's always these lessons learned. And the benefit of it for the people who aren't on it is they get to sit back and judge and be like, girl, you should have done this. Or you should have did this. Yeah. But until you're in that situation, you don't know what it is that you're going to do. And then sometimes seeing it play out, you can kind of see, because when you're on the outside looking in, you have better vision, right? But when you're the person, you're in your emotions, you don't have reason. You just have emotion. And that's really what this is all about. We're all human, right? We all make mistakes. No one is perfect. We're all flawed. But how do you move forward?
With the moving forward moment, because right now it's a very heavy moment for all of them. Could you ever see a realm where maybe Quad and Sweet Tea could kind of get to a place of friendship? Or
it may sound weird, but I keep using the example. My mom and my dad got divorced when I was younger, and my dad got remarried, and he brought in a daughter, right? And so my mom and his ex-wife were friends. We went to the same church. We would have holidays together because, of course, they shared a daughter in common. So the parents would be at certain events, and we would have holiday dinners, and my mom and her would just chill out and talk. And they were at church together. And so I think it all becomes okay when the people who broke up are in a place where they aren't emotionally still triggered by one another. And that was the difference. Like my stepdad and his ex-wife had gotten past. They weren't in an emotional relationship anymore. And there still seems to be some unresolved hurt and anger between Greg and Quad, whatever that is. I don't know what needs to happen. I don't know how that needs to be resolved. I don't know if there's ever been a lot of apologies or accountability, but maybe that's what's missing. And then there's so much, shame and blame and hurt. And that's what we're experiencing. So you see it as an outsider, though, I think, and you can watch it and be like, you should say, am I doing this to somebody else? Or am I not moving forward? Or do I think I'm hiding how I'm really feeling? But no, everybody sees that you still hurt.
Yeah, that's what being able to watch it back, you can even realize that too yourself for some of the ladies. And I don't have that much time with you left because you're a very busy woman. The reunion, of course, is probably coming up soon.
Yes, it is.
Are you going in with a hope or an intention?
Of course. I want everybody to leave there feeling more empowered, that we are a good group that can co-navigate this world of Atlanta Medical Society together. Because that's really all it's about. Like, we're trying to, be the ones who beat the statistics, right? We want to stay married. We want to raise our kids together. We want to keep liking each other. We want to be friends that stay together. And that's really, I think, the goal there is to we gonna have some conflict, because conflict is human, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But you should be able to take accountability, apologize, move forward, and keep it moving.
I love that.
And wait until the next mistake happens, and then you keep it moving.
Who do you think is going to have to be doing the most apologizing? Or should and will? You know what I mean? Who should and who is going to be doing the most apologizing?
Oh, I blame Mimi for everything. That's what we blame. We blame Mimi. Because you didn't get me in trouble.
I love it so much.
Everything's Mimi's fault. It's Mimi. No.
I'm gonna take that. I'm just gonna go. If I spill coffee in my apartment, I'm gonna be like,
Mimi. Look, that's what I'm saying. That's what I think. No, I'm just playing. I think everybody has some things that they could watch and say, man, I could have did that a little differently, right? So yeah.
All right, are you still craving a little more tea? Evan, tell them where to go.
Make sure to like and subscribe to Page 6 YouTube to check out all of our exclusive virtual reality interviews and more.